Hello, my name is Bianco. In this video I will talk about the situation in Switzerland and a bit about Europe. Mr. Elsener, owner of Victorinox, just gave an interview to the main Swiss boulevard fish wrapper newspaper, and there were some interesting news to tell in English, so that you see a bit how the situation is. First, the good news, quite likely there's gonna be more Victorinox knives or tools in that regards without cutting blade. Some of you may remember we did that over 10 years ago, mainly for airport use and restricted workspaces where you could have a tool, but you couldn't have a blade in that environment. So because we have more and more bad laws against knives in Europe, that you can't carry a knife anymore as a tool, of course, they finally decided to quite likely make or try to make more Swiss Army knives as tools, as bladeless, knifeless variations. So it's going to be interesting what shows up, because innovation did go down in Europe, in Switzerland, quite a bit. So we didn't have much exciting news, but of course for some of you that's going to be exciting, because maybe you actually live in such a place or work in such a company that don't allow you to have even a Swiss Army knife. The second situation is the decline in Europe in general, in the economic system. So Victorinox could not sell too many knives anymore as they would have done before. First, of course, the Russian market did completely break away by the sanctions and all that. Back quite many years ago, I did meet the person that did import, that was the importer from Victorinox in Russia. Nice people and all that, and they cannot longer anymore import directly, at least not from Europe or from Switzerland. So that market did completely break away. This is basically everything from the knives, Swiss Army knives, kitchen knives, to the rest of the products. Everything could not be exported to Russia anymore because of those fake sanctions that doesn't work much at all anyhow. And we have to see, I don't think the Russian military is really interested in Swiss Army knives or using them. They have their own stuff, quite likely made in China or even made in Russia, who knows, that they gonna use. They don't know, they don't need our stuff or German stuff or French or whatever. Anyway, so that is this side. The other side is they invested in some companies that did go down too by the crisis. One thing is that investor from Austria that did go down. I'm not gonna tell his name, you know who it is, and if not, it doesn't matter for a nickel anyhow. So they did basically speculate a bit with money outside of the knife business, and that did not work out either. Then, of course, important factor is the current economy, the prices in Europe. Say Germany did get rid of every atomic plant. They are completely on the insane green trip, absolute insane, and it's not going to work out either. So everything has to be green, so the prices did skyrocket because there wasn't enough or not enough in demand energy. If you have, like they said, you have to wash your clothing as sun hits the solar panel, things like that. Great, absolute great. Welcome to the Stone Age. and things like that, and the prices for the electricity and for the transport did go higher and higher. So the manufacturing cost, the cost of the raw material, of the transport, of the electricity for powering the machine for actual manufacturing, and you see it's like a chain, you know, everything gets more expensive, and then you have it. So Victorinox had to raise the prices for the items, and I told that Mr. Elsener back then, the Swiss manufacturing place, Swiss made, that is good and right. The problem is, sooner or later, money wise, it's gonna be completely out. It's gonna be out, because simply alone the fact that if you sell most of the knives and the items in USA, you need to manufacture in USA. If you don't manufacture in USA, then at least you need to manufacture on an even cheaper place than USA. Then you can have a mixed calculation, and then it works out. Anyways, it's not my company. They are still over there. I'm here in USA. That's one of the reasons why I came to USA. You need to be directly by the main market. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. At least not for me. So yeah, no good news in that regards. Mainly from Europe, from Switzerland. I mean, they are not bankruptcy. They still make quite likely over 130,000 knives per day. But again, it's just the simple, easy to manufacture ones, not the complex, more expensive, more unique versions that we did import back then. It's basically the typical versions that you all know, with polymer, with plastic scales, Celidor or nylon, with a bit possible with a bit of print on it, some whatever they print on it, you know. I saw, you know it yourself, there is plenty of things with printed on scales, that if you like it or if you don't, that is up to you. And then of course the ALOX is still made, but only in limited numbers. The knives, you saw that with the limited editions for this year. The 84mm, the cadet version, is gone. They don't make that in colors anymore, and the most ALOX is just silver, aluminium, natural color. So it's just a hard anodizing. It's not that much of a color on the main scales, because that is more expensive and more less easy to manufacture. I don't want to go too much into the details for people that are not into that. Anyways, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look that there is soon a way out. A barometer, a measuring device for Switzerland is always the situation how it is in Germany, and I wanna later on talk a bit about Austria too. Germany, they gonna have in nearly 2 years new vote for a government, and if they have bad luck, we have there then a greenish, blackish coalition. They have for now a similar coalition with some other groups in it, but basically everything goes kaput. That, I would say, that sums it up pretty good. Since that government is in place, everything goes kaput and down, and works in a negative way for most people, I would say. And if they have bad luck, if we have bad luck, then they're gonna vote still in a negative way, and then it takes another 4 years until the next voting for the government comes, and yeah, I don't know. I don't think there is much left. If we have 2 years more and then 4 years more, I don't think there is much anything left in Germany, how it was, how the good times, how we remember Germany, how we like Germany. But we see, we should never lose the hope. I still hope that by voting the situation can be changed over there. But we see it's tougher and tougher, and that reflects over the situation over in Switzerland as well. As they go down, Switzerland goes down. As they hopefully one day go up how it was, they go up too. Then last point, just quick, Austria. I don't know, maybe you saw my video about that I did. They work apparently on a new law there to ban carrying knives in public. So if you don't have a gun permit, or if you are not a member of the police or the military or a hunter, or walk around in lederhosen for a traditional gathering or something like that, then you cannot carry knives anymore. I don't want to go too much in the reasons for that either. The reasons I did tell in the other video, why that is like that pretty much in whole Europe, that's gonna go in that direction, banning, but not fix the original source of the problems that caused that situation. Typical politician thing that are currently in power. So of course that affects the Swiss knife sales as well. Now they say, yeah, you can carrying still Swiss Army knives, the ones that doesn't lock, that they are not one hand opener, blah blah blah. But you know how it is. First they ban this, and then they ban it all. You know, they never give up. You know, and the criminals from the government and from the street, they laugh because they don't care about banning. They do the crime anyhow. Anyway, so yeah. This is a little overview on the latest news from Switzerland and how that goes over there, and yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it what I wanted to say. It's depressing. It's just depressing. I'm now way over 10 years in USA. I left 2007. I saw the mess coming. I was hoping for the best, but did calculate with the worst, and that's exactly how it goes over there. It gets worse and worse, unbelievable worse. And I'm just glad to be far, far away in safety, in paradise here in USA. We have our problems too, but hopefully in the coming election, Trump gonna win, and then we fix the problems one by one. That much about the latest from Switzerland.